Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Our teacher this week is the Dalai Lama. Our meditation today is called The Observer. And I've got a couple of really beautiful thoughts from the Dalai Lama that lead us into this meditation. Just a quick reminder before we get started. While you wait a few minutes to get ready to join us in the meditation, the best thing to do to prepare is to bring your attention to your breathing. Slow down your breathing. Breathe in consciously through your nose. Draw the breath all the way down into your belly. Fill up the balloon in your belly as you breathe in. Slowly again empty that balloon in your belly. And you'll be ready to float away with us in no time at all. Somebody, good morning. It's good to see you. Hope you had a really fun time. All right, the Dalai Lama. What does he have to teach us this morning that helps us get into our meditation? He says, through difficult experiences, life sometimes becomes more meaningful. Through difficult experiences, life sometimes becomes more meaningful. The next one says the same thing, but kind of just from the other side. He says, the period of greatest gain in knowledge and experience, the time in your life where you gain the most knowledge and the most experience, is often also the most difficult period in one's life. Hey Anthony, good evening, dude. Awesome seeing you. So, in these difficult times can sometimes not feel like they're helpful at all, because we can be so stuck inside of them that we don't see anything beyond the pain that we're dealing with. And the next quote says, although you may not always be able to avoid difficult situations, you can modify the extent to which you can suffer by how you choose to respond to the situation. How much you suffer through difficult situations can change by how you choose to respond to the situation. The image that I often get in my mind is we can so often feel ourselves being in the ocean, in the middle of a storm, drowning in this storm in the ocean. And that can be a very real feeling, the feeling that I am drowning. We can, and it's kind of what he's trying to say here, we can find ourselves, hey Charlene, good morning. We can find ourselves slightly elevated from what we're feeling and look at it from a slightly higher point of view and see, oh, I recognize that I feel like I'm drowning in the middle of the storm. Now, the feeling is very similar. It's not really a different feeling. I still feel like I'm drowning in a storm. But this elevated space that I see from being the observer certainly changes what I believe about how I'm feeling. And that's the world of difference. Being able to step into that space of observer where what I'm feeling doesn't necessarily change, but what I believe about what I'm feeling, the sense that I'm making about what I'm feeling, is a completely different story. And that's kind of where our meditation goes today. One last thought. Beautiful advice from the Dalai Lama. He says, try to improve. Don't expect too much though. But don't feel discouraged either. Keep up your enthusiasm. You will make progress. It is baby steps. Righto, beautiful people. Let's get into today's meditation. Today is called The Observer. Hey Maggie, a very good morning to you. Love seeing you pop up there. Being the observer. And if you're ready, you can close your eyes. Let's float away on today's journey together. Starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in. And out. and let it go. A deep breath in. And out. One more big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. Make yourself a little bit taller as you breathe in. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. Your only real goal during this first phase is to lead your body to softness. Every exhale bringing more softness than the one before. While you're busy doing your full body breathing, we'll start exploring the idea of being the observer, being the witness. Or in Buddhism, it's also called naked awareness. Being able to come face to face with whatever is there. Naked awareness paints the picture that we're not going to look away. We'll look at it in its rawness. But naked awareness requires another thing. It requires no judgment, no criticism, actually no commentary at all, really, just seeing. It is our ego, it's our narratives that have the urge to make commentary on what we're witnessing. But our soul is able to just witness. To for the moment, zoom out from where you are and see you breathing. And just witness. See your body rising and falling. And just observe. And if commentary comes to mind, especially if there's an inner critic that loves to point out all the flaws, you could find yourself being a witness to that as well. There's no need to fight or change that either. Just observe that voice. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies to stretch and adjust and settle down. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward. Roll out your neck muscles in big half circles, forward and to the left and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Imagine you're a sunflower swaying in a breeze with your face turned towards the sun. Lean your upper body over to the left. Lean your upper body over to the right. Gently leaning into back muscles. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch, move, or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Softened into presence as much as we can, we can turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a long, slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel all the way into your body and invite softness into all the spaces of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. Feel how you are slowly slipping deeper and deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation, and it invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in through your nose, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. You are wrapped in arms of you. You are holding you inside of you. Hold your breath only for as long as it feels easy. Followed by a long, slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, the reminder is, our topic is the observer. Can you take a step back? Can you take a step outside of yourself and just witness? Take your next big breath. want you to bring to your mind an example, a recent example, and it doesn't have to be a recent example, it could be further back as well. I want you to remind yourself of an event, an incident where you were triggered by maybe a friend, a family member, a colleague, maybe even a stranger. Triggered in a way that, in hindsight, you're not completely happy with your response. Or I should really call it reaction. Not completely happy with the way you reacted. And just bring, as much as you can, a picture of this event into your mind. Take your next big breath. We are taking the opportunity to be the observer of this event. With the gift of hindsight and time and more distance, try and look at this event without judgment and criticism on your behalf or anyone else's. Try and just see it. Specifically, see you. In this picture, can you see, just for some clarity, the clothes you were wearing when this event happened? Take your next big breath. When this event that triggered you happened, I'd like you to observe your body language. How are you moving your body? How are you moving your arms and your hands? Take your next big breath. remember the words you said? How did you speak? What came out of your mouth? Take your next big breath. When we're being the observer and stepping outside of ourselves, we can observe the present moment. We can observe what happened in the past without being stuck there, because we're just observing. And we can also observe what we'd like the future to look like. We do create the future with our thinking, with our words, and with our actions. If the same event were to happen again in future, we have the opportunity now to rehearse. To decide how we would want to respond differently. If the same event were to happen again in the future, for clarity again, let's just imagine, what would you be wearing? Would it be the same clothing? Or for the fun of it, something different? Take your next big breath. If you'd have the same experience again, but you want to this time walk away from it with your head high, feeling that, I love how I handled this. What would your body language look like? How would you be standing or sitting? What would your facial expression be? Take your next big breath. if it would happen that the same event, or even just a similar one, happens again, what would you love your words to be? How will you speak? Take your next big breath. We'll do just one more big breath together to slip out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. On a stage, when a drama group rehearses for a few days, a week, sometimes two, depending on how big the production is. When they're rehearsing before opening night, the reason for it is that on opening night, it would be very helpful to have some familiarity with this experience and not have this be the first time. Even though it might be the first time in reality, now there's an audience. There is some familiarity with this experience. We've been here before, we've gone through the motions. It's not so easy to be blindsided by something. Being the observer, we have the opportunity, the ability, the superpower of doing our own rehearsal. Of creating within ourselves some familiarity with situations that we'd like to do better at. So that when those situations occur, it's not such a blind sight. It's not such a knee-jerk reaction. Because we've already created some patterning, some programming around how we'd like this to go. The better we get at this, the more often it happens, only once in a while initially, and it happens more and more as you continue on this journey. you'll know when this happens. When you find yourself inside of that future situation, you realize, even in this situation, I am being the observer. I'm seeing what I'm thinking while I'm having this experience. I can recognize what I'm feeling while this experience is happening, and have a lot more space for making a decision. Not just reacting, but choosing my response. Who are you being while you are being the observer? The more you find this space inside of you, the more you practice having this space, the more you'll live from this place, from the observer, the witness, the soul, from moment to moment to moment. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for becoming very familiar with the observer in me. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for being able to step back and look at myself in kindness and compassion when I realize I've not been that observer. I've been reactive. And I'd like to do it better. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the space in which we have so much more access to better decision making when we find that observer. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for these words from the Dalai Lama. Try to improve, but don't expect too much of yourself. Don't feel discouraged either. Keep up your enthusiasm. You will make progress. It is a journey. It is one small little step at a time. It is a recognition that even if I've nailed this well for a while, I sometimes still fall into an old habit of overreacting. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. It's good to see you. Thank you for taking this journey into being the observer of you. We all have that space. We can step outside of ourselves and we can see what's there. I love the Buddhist explanation that calls it naked awareness. Another way I've heard a Buddhist monk describe it was, it's like if you have a video camera and you hit the record button, what is this video camera thinking about what it's seeing? Nothing at all. It's just observing. It's just being the witness to. And we can often feel that, how would that be helpful? Because I don't like what I'm seeing and it needs to change. So is it helpful to not think anything about what I'm seeing? And here's what we miss. Who am I being while I'm looking without judging? Who am I being while I'm seeing this and I have no criticism? I'm being the best version of me. I'm being my soul, and this is the part of me that'll do it better in future. Lots of love to you all. Thanks, Anthony. Thanks, Charlene. Thanks, Sunbury. Ingo, thanks for popping in, dude. I hope you got to sit down with us for a while. Trish, good morning. I am sorry that you are in pain. I'll send you a message. Heartless, thanks for popping in. And whoever else was back there. I think I saw Vivian and Maggie. Lots of love to you all. Have a beautiful day. Ciao, ciao.